This has just come back from the 912 Project in Nashville. Patriots across the country who are attending Occupy training workshops this weekend. And here's some of the recon we got from them. They are going to try to infiltrate Tea Party groups and disrupt and create a confrontational situation. Do not engage them. We've gotten an update on just what the occupiers have been told in their training sessions all over the country, which took place this week. It is important that you know, but also that you advise everyone on your 912 or Tea Party list, especially those Tea Party movements, because they will be affected. Each training center, and there were hundreds of them all over the country, even in small rural communities, had a trainer. Each trainer was sent DVDs, handouts, and the training manual. This thing is so well financed. It is really, because I've talked to several people who have went to these training seminars. They said it was incredible how they're doing this. While they do not outright suggest violence, there are sufficient enough gray areas and vagueness in the training and messaging that these morons can be expected to do pretty much anything. But specifically, they are being told to recruit and enlarge their numbers in their assigned respective areas. They are told to incite any opponents and engage in confrontation, as well to create gridlock. Note here, please, they have been specifically instructed to go into and to attend all Tea Party gatherings, rallies, etc., and to be confrontational and create havoc and disruption. I think it's safe to say that there are many people spread around the country who will decide they can't stand the whole business and would engage Occupy groups, be confrontational, and there may be violence. It would not take much to push these jerks over that line if they don't go there on their own, and it would be a natural outgrowth of confrontation from the other side that violence ensues. For Tea Party gatherings planned for the rest of this year, the word is caution. Be wary, do not travel alone, avoid these people as much as possible. Above all, it is important for everyone to keep calm, keep their wits about them, remain cool, and do not engage any Occupy member or group in confrontation, because that is precisely what they want. They are looking for it, and they will be goading and pushing for it. And if they get their wish, it gives them an excuse to go over the top with violence. There is no good to come of any of this, and it is important to remember that they are very well trained, very well funded, and extremely well organized and directed. They are not a bunch of ragtag fools who are clueless about what they are there for. They are still ragtag, but they have marching orders now, and each group will have a better trained leader. They should be back on the streets within a week or two, and do not expect them to disband unless they are confronted by a strong police department in a city with leadership that refuses to allow them to camp out, much less create havoc. It has all of the earmarkings and potential to become a doorway to martial law. Remember, the Occupy movement has gone from a semi-organic, fully supported and organized, as I wrote before and provided the links to prove this. They are backed by the Communists, the Socialist parties, UAW, SEIU, ACORN, and a myriad of other communist, socialist, anarchist organizations, and, of course, MoveOn.org. One of the key money people there is Soros. This collection of sponsors has no good intentions for America. Moreover, they are providing tents, food, water, sleeping bags, entertainment, drugs, and more. They have insiders in key roles of leaders to incite and whip these people into a frenzy. Be warned. I've received notes like this, and this was just posted on Meetup, and I have heard from organizers all over the country that they are seeing an increase of this. This is exactly what Cass Sunstein said to do. We are about to see the real face of these guys. Starting May 1st is when it starts to roll. Whether May 1st is a big deal or not, I don't know. But it is coming, this election. And Soros has just added another log to the fire. He announced yesterday in an editorial, which we have been looking for a while. I think this is the one we've been looking for. He always brings things, when he collapses a country or currency, he always brings things right up to the brink, and then he issues a friendly editorial that says, you know, I've had a lot of confidence, and I've really tried to help, but I just don't have any confidence in this country anymore. And then it collapses. He just yesterday issued an editorial that said, I've really tried to help, and I've tried to offer solutions, but I no longer invest in currencies. But if I were still an investor, I would be shorting the euro right now. He's sending a signal. Whether this is it for the euro, I don't know. But you're going to see things increase and get out of control quickly when it begins. God only knows. I'm always wrong on time. Always. But something wicked this way comes. And it will be more important than ever for us to stick together and organize together and be the opposite. You do not defeat hatred with hatred. You defeat hatred with love. I'm putting together a group of shows probably next week to show you history. I'm telling you, we had a... You know when I found the progressives, and I talked about it, and everybody was like, oh, shut up about Woodrow Wilson and progressives. And you see what a huge discovery that was, for me at least. I know many people in our audience knew about it, but I didn't. There is something that I don't think anybody really knows. And we came across it in history, and I believe it is proof that this has been tried exactly this same way over and over and over again. And our founding documents is always the solution to it. And we're going to lay that out for you in the next couple of weeks. We're trying to put a timeline together and see if we can fatten it up and really make the case for you. But I tell you, we have the solution, and you're already on it. It's the E4 project. Enlighten, educate, empower, and entrepreneurs, creation. Be a creative force. And that's what we intend on doing here over the next few weeks and the next summer. And this is... It's go time. It is critical that you have love and you are organized, and we'll help you do that. By the way, the tickets go on sale for Restoring Love. It's $10 a seat. We want you to bring your whole family. They go on sale tomorrow for the general public at 10 a.m. We want you to get these seats. Please be ready at 10 a.m. They could sell out relatively quickly. I think they'll be gone by tomorrow, but maybe not. I mean, it is Dallas Cowboys Stadium. If we sell this out, how many people have done that, Stu?
Very few. A few big bands have done it.
Like U2 has done it.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever tried the spoken word before in this building. It's a daunting task. But I tell you, if it sells out tomorrow, what a message that sends to the left. What a message. Even me, when we announced this thing, I thought, how are we going to, I could be in there with 5,000 people. How many people are going to come? How are you going to sell out? This is the biggest stadium in the world's biggest league. And we're going to try to sell it out? If we do, it will send a gigantic message to the left. And if you read this Vanity Fair article that they wrote about me, and we never really talked about it, and I don't read Vanity Fair. I don't know anybody who does. But there was this Vanity Fair, and it was like 12 pages long. And it was the usual, nonsense. This guy had been following me around. He went to Jerusalem and everything. It just came out like last week. And he'd been following me around for months. I didn't even know this. And he does the usual smear stuff. But in it, he talks about warning left. This guy's more powerful than he's ever been because now he's completely under the radar, and his audience is organized. That's critical, gang. They are afraid of you. And when they send, and believe me, there's going to be several messages we're going to send, but it's not just to send them smoke signals and say, oh, look over here. Oh, we're going to send them messages to make sure that they know who we are, but we're also sending messengers of we're taking it back. and we're going to then do it. You in? First step is tomorrow. Grab your tickets online. It's just at Ticketmaster, or go to Mercury.
Yeah, Glenbeck.com or Mercury1.com. You can see all the